Mark Laughlin speaking for the Ambidextral Gunfighter. Today we took our SigAir P365 out to the range, along with a real Sig P365XL. And let's start with the good things about it. Slide serrations are pretty good. They're very 365 like.
The grip feels the same.
Grip feels the same. Excellent grip texture. It is a lot lighter than the real thing, and which is kind of surprising. You'd think they would at least, I mean, they got the dimensions and everything. It looks so much like a Sig P365. You thought they would get the weight.
You would think.
Make it
like
equal.
A real airsoft.
So it feel, because most, I mean, I had that green gas gun years ago that was a Glock Model 30 replica, and the weight was identical. And then, you know, I made a note here that the Striker duck cover is not quite the same as the real Sig. And at the time I thought that was funny. Now I'm kind of thinking it's not so funny now that we've shot it today. The trigger pull, when it worked, was not terribly off. It was a little.
It doesn't feel like the Sig.
It doesn't feel like the Sig trigger,
no,
but
I'd say it doesn't feel like the Sig.
The worst part to me, though, was the fact there was no reset to speak of. There was no, so you couldn't get a reset. Mag release is not reversible like the real Sig.
To be honest, that doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like on the Walther PPQ, my Walther PPQ airsoft pistol. The slide release doesn't work on the left-handed, so it was just fake. But one thing is I thought was kind of awkward. I thought it would turn out to be awkward. I thought that reloading the CO2 cartridges was going to be a pain in the ass. So we really didn't get to shoot it enough to get to that
Didn't
point.
get that far, nope.
So, but I mean, I thought, you know, this really should have like a little flip-up tab on the bottom that you could unthread it without a tool and then put it back in and fold it down. But you use an Allen wrench, which at least is included, to load the CO2 cartridges. And ostensibly, with CO2 cartridges running about $1 per cartridge, this could cost you about a penny a round, or a little bit less than a penny a round to shoot. 12 round capacity is more like the Sig P365XL rather than the standard version, but that's okay. And it's made in Taiwan, so at least it's not made in communist China, so I guess that's a bonus. So now, what was our range experience like with this little pistol?
Well, if you can see, it's locked up. Slide will no longer go forward or come off.
So we assumed that we could, we've heard the bad reviews, and Brock, having all this experience during our paintball games, he used to be the guy that could fix any frickin' paintball gun on the planet. Well, we managed to get the slide to at least go back into battery, but now it's just completely bound up and won't move at all. So, yeah, piece of shit. And we got, what we got, I think we got 2 magazines through it, with it functioning properly.
Yep.
And it shot pretty good, those 2 mags that it did. It seemed alright.
Yeah, the trigger, once gassed up, feels absolutely atrocious, though.
Yeah.
Not very good.
I suppose the 11th and 12th one will be hard to jam in there. I don't know if that'd be real.
Okay.
Alright.
Where's it hitting?
No idea. Let's go closer.
I don't think a round is actually cycling. Look.
Oh, did you take the tab off? There. Not bad. That's not bad either, actually.
It didn't go through.
And then we started running into where I kept thinking it was like the safety was on. And I thought a couple times, well, maybe I did knock it off because it is kind of floppy. It doesn't lock in place very good when it's in the safety's off. So, you know, we just kept working with that, and it would start working again. And then we reached a point where it was like the safety was permanently pinned in place. It just would not, the trigger would not pull. We did get to where we could taking the magazine out, we could cycle it and the trigger would pull, and then once you put the magazine back in, the trigger would not pull.
Wouldn't no longer pull.
Hard for them to come back if it won't shoot. Okay, got that tabby thing in. Okay. Okay, so the trigger works there. Okay, let's try locking the slide back. Insert magazine. Release. There. Works fine with the mag out. It's got a reverse mag safety on it. Put the mag in, it goes on safe, huh?
Is the safety on now?
No. I mean, it does fine. Trigger brake.
It makes me wonder if something right here is not.
We took it apart a couple times and tried to see what might be causing that, and could not find any issues. I mean, we could see where the safety bar kind of lifted up and down, and it looks like it gets out of the way and allows like a trigger bar to move forward and aft. But it didn't seem like it was obstructing it.
No,
I mean,
there's nothing that seems to like actually lock up the trigger from the safety, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was running into.
I thought it was a safety, but I don't think it is. It's just not something. Get the safety on, off, on, off.
see nothing.
Something's gotta be hanging. Maybe it needs more gas, new gas thing.
That's, I don't think, but I don't know. We'll try it. This could be exciting if this gas cartridge is still full, huh? That's cold.
Yeah, it wasn't completely empty.
Nope. Well, I was prepared to be disappointed, so.
Let's see. Ready to go?
Totally, yeah. It feels like something's blocking the trigger. I took it apart. I didn't see anything. The trigger, the safety's pretty rudimentary, but
It's working now. It fires when this is.
when it's not charged up, huh? Well, the box said it shoots like a Sig because it is a Sig. Does your Sig shoot like that?
Sure doesn't.
There you go. What'd you do?
I just
Beat on it?
beat on it.
So it's, you know, here on the box, to Sig's embarrassment, I think, it says shoots like a Sig because it is one. Well, I'm telling you, if your Sig P365XL shot like this, I would be chucking that in the garbage. And your Sig shot perfectly all day today, as it always does, and it feels awesome. Its point shoots so freaking awesome.
Wow, this thing is just so manageable, one-handed.
And then this thing was an utter disappointment. If this was my first exposure to a Sig, I would be like, I'm not going to buy
I
one
would
of
never
their
buy
pistols.
one of their pistols.
You know, but we know better. We know the Sig centerfire 9mm pistols are awesome because we've experienced with them in advance of this. We had some, you know, I'd read the reviews online, and so I was anticipating it was going to really suck. But I thought, can it really suck that bad? Well, yes.
Yes, it
can suck that bad.
Safety? I kept knocking the safety on. Double feed? Failure to fire?
I think I might have too money in there or something.
Safety. Is the safety off? It keeps moving up on me. Safety's crap.
Yeah, it is.
I hate to think of how many, kids, teenagers, or whatever, they're going to find these under the Christmas tree and what a disappointment this pistol's going to be.
Yeah.
Y'all could have just got it broken.
It's possible we could have got just a lemon, but we saw online, the reviews online, even on the Sig site itself, it only got 3 stars, and there were tons of 1-star reviews, like this thing is a piece of shit and fails after a few magazines, and so
See, it failed.
yeah, it failed. It met the online review expectations. I mean, it looks cool. It does look pretty cool. It's kind of a pleasure to handle just because it feels a lot like a standard Sig P365, except for the weight. But yeah, I don't know.
They shouldn't have put a safety on it.
Yeah,
There should have been no safety on this.
and I kind of wonder if that's if the safety is causing the problem. But yeah, having a safety on this when probably 90% of Sig P365s are sold without a thumb safety, kind of seemed ridiculous. And then the fact that I think that's maybe the issue, it kind of feels like that's what's making the trigger not work and maybe causing it to bind up and not go back together. But
I'm wondering if that bar in there is lifted up and that's why this can't go forward.
yeah, if that's, I tried to reach in there and deal with that myself earlier when we were at the range and could not get it. Anyway, disappointing. Sig, this sucks. You need to freaking recall these things. It's an embarrassment to your company, and it's going to be a disappointment to a lot of kids this Christmas. Mark Laughlin, speaking for the Ambidextrous Gunfighter. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
It won't even penetrate that.
Doesn't even ding the